Ugh. That's all I'm gonna say. I can't believe I overslept. I've only just really woken up and thinking, oh no, I've got to do live stream today. I completely forgot. God, I'm such a terrible person. Good morning, yeah, people out there. Good morning. And you're with Command Alpha 666 this morning, or this afternoon, I should say. Morning, Norca. You got to join me online on my thingy. God, dear. Yeah, it was a bit of a rough night last night, and a bit of a rough morning. I had to wake up at 10 just for a bloody phone call. And I went back to sleep afterwards. I slept for a couple of hours. I was meant to wake up at midday, 12, but do you know when you just like pressing that snooze button constantly? I just realised that's alright, that's alright. You'll have to catch up at some other point then. Oh dear, that's alright, Norca. Your chicken nugget will have to catch me up at some point. Anyway, just got to turn the thingy down a little bit more. Oh dear. I will wake up properly in a minute. Okay, I'll also do some changes a little bit later as well. I was gotta do some changes today when it comes to my YouTube account. However, they'll just have to wait. They will just have to wait. Okie dokie. So, when I last left off, landing on this planet. This is a nice planet from what I remember after discovering it. If I also remember, we're out in the middle of nowhere. Let's double check. Okay, and galaxy map. Okie dokies. Why are we planning to Thor's Eye? We don't want to go to Thor's Eye. Let's go to... I also did a little bit of... what do you call it? A little bit of searching around. We are here. Earth is here. I've got some... This is our mission today. The blue dots. So yeah. Our first actual route. We're going to head to Thor's Eye. I don't know what's there. It's 40 jumps, and yeah, let's crack on. How they say in Ireland, let's crack on. That's a really, I shouldn't do Irish accents. I shouldn't do any accents because I'm an idiot. That's good. Okie dokies. Right. This is probably where I turn around and send the whole kind of things. I do love flying around the planets. Whee! Now, where is my target, or destination target? I bet you anything is mid-planet, isn't it? So if I go like this way. See, knew that was going to happen. So, lock and super cruise. Goodbye, Gregdonia, but all the Gregors shall live.
Warning. Temperature critical.
Temperature critical. No, that was just strange. I came from an ice planet, now the temperature's critical. Alright, okay, let's plot. Back to Thor's Eye. Oh dear. Okay, we're super good, we just have to get away from the planet. Blue EQ FG C12. I like them. So yeah. I say I've had a rough night. It was more along the lines of. I think it's more along the lines of rough weekend. Just kind of, yeah, one of those weekends where
Frameshift
you know
drive
you
charging.
do your work and you know do it well, but it's just like I can't be bothered. I really can't. I've got a message waiting for me telling me I've got probably 2,000
4,
votes to pick up,
3, 2,
something like that. So I've been bitten on my finger. I actually have a splinter. Don't realise it. Right. Let's honk and go. Honk and go.
fuel scooping.
Right, so what was I going to do? I was going to check that message. Yeah. Thought so. Oh, 1,000 credits has gone down.
Fuel
They're
scooping
taking my
complete.
money away. Why? I have to do something with that today. Right.
Frameshift drive charging.
Ugh. So when do we get the torch story? Soon. Very, very soon. Very, very soon. You saw my tweet then.
4, 3,
Oh, that was
2,
just... I
1.
kind of feel sorry for my colleague, but I don't. Because, yeah, it is one of those moments where... I can't tell if that's... That's something out later. Ah, dear. Right. I am waking up.
Fuel scooping.
I'm scooping and going, scooping and going. Basically, what I did the other night was... Before I popped to work,
Fuel
one night.
scoop disengaged.
And
Frameshift
I-
drive charging.
I jumped online. Oh, thank you very much, Snorker. I jumped online and it was... I was like, do you know what? I've got to do something with this, okay? Because this is a great game. All I'm doing is heading blindly in towards the center of the galaxy, where I thought, right, okay, let's stop for a second. Let's really think about this. What's around me? What's cool? Where can I go? What adventures can I go on? And that's what I've done. I've got a bit of an adventure going on at the moment. I've got some waypoints set out and some pretty places to go to that I've never seen before, and I want to go see them. So, I'm dragging you along for the ride. Oh dear.
Fuel scooping complete.
My cold has completely gone. I still really knows, eh?
Frameshift drive
It's a
charging.
lovely sunny day outside. And I'm going to go meet a colleague later. My colleague is a big RC fan, remote control car fan. And we were just having a chat and that until one day, and I said, you know, I love building stuff. And for example, I love building PCs. I says, oh right, cool, that's cool. You should come out and, you know, have a look at the RC cars. And we should do. He just said something about rock crawling. Basically, he's got these kind of 4x4 RC cars that he builds, or has built. He's got quite a few of them apparently.
Fuel
And
scooping complete.
he kind of climbs over things with his RC cars, and it's really quite cool. I mean, he's got a couple of videos on his YouTube, not many, about 3 videos, 4 videos, and it just shows how they do it. And
Frameshift drive charging.
that's what I'll be, you know, when I said, he said, yeah, you should come out one evening, and we should do a little bit of rock crawling, you know, only for about an hour or so. And I said, yeah, sure, not a problem. So I rang my missus, and I said to her, yeah, Mike said we'll pop out later this week. Ah, that's cool, that's cool. So whenever someone thinks of the evening, I'm thinking 7 o'clock, 7:30-ish, you know, around there. No. No. 4:30 p.m. How is 4:30 p.m. the evening? That's late afternoon. That's like Yeah. And the worst part is, I can't really say no because
Fuel scooping
he's all
complete.
excited about it. Secondly, he left his big remote control for one of his RC cars in the back of the work vehicle,
Frameshift drive
and he said,
charging.
yeah, just take it home with you, just take it home with you, and I'll pick it up when we go out tomorrow, okay? I'm like, oh, great, now I definitely can't get out of it. Oh, I can't get out of it. I just want to stay inside.
2,
But, you know, I should actually go out is what, you know, that's what they've said to me. Oh well, looks like I'm going out for about an hour and a half, but that is it really. All it's just, I mean, the advantage is, because the beach is only just
fuel
there,
scooping.
yeah, I probably will enjoy it once I'm there. It's just the thought of having to go out and spend time with human beings other than myself or my fiance is just like, yeah. Oh well, no, you know, I work with Mike. I mean, he's always in a different part of the county,
Frameshift drive charging.
but he's always ringing me, you know, every few hours. Like, he's the one. Did I ever talk to you about mobile karaoke when you ring someone up? Yeah, he's the one I play mobile karaoke with. So yeah, I'm always trying to weasel my way out of public events, social events, and I do it really quite well. I really do. And but this one, yeah, he knows where I live. Okay, that's all I'm saying. He knows where I live. And he probably knows what windows this window right next to me is. Because I'm on the ground floor, he'll be like, Greg! Greg!
Fuel scooping complete.
Why would you come out and play?
Cannot comply.
Oh dear. But yeah, it's gonna be one of those days, I feel. But yeah, you're probably right, I'll probably enjoy it when I go out a little bit later. Also, guess what I've been doing this weekend as well? I've been thinking,
Frameshift
right, of
drive
other things to
charging.
talk about as well. I've actually got a list of things to talk about. A list of little stories that I remember, and one of them is the torches, but I'm gonna leave that for the moment.
4, 3,
Speaking of work, speaking of work, all right, okay. So Thursday morning, right, my first night back after some time off work. I think it was 10 days I took off. Yeah. So Friday morning, I have to drive back from a town called Crawley, and back home. Okay. So I'm driving down the
fuel
M23.
scooping complete.
Now, everyone knows, first thing in the morning, everyone's in a bad mood. Okay. I'm normally in a pretty good mood because I'm singing away to myself because I'm going home and going
Frameshift
la la la
drive
la la
charging.
la. So yeah. Or I'm listening to some comedy or some podcast. So I'm driving down the M23, and if you don't know the M23, it's the main artery between the M25 Gatwick, via Gatwick, and all the way down to the south coast. Right. So I'm driving down that, and obviously, I'm going at such a speed, 80. So, I'm always keeping to the left as you normally do, but in lane 1, furthest left side,
Fuel
lane 1,
scooping.
there's 2 lorries. Lane 2, there's quite a few slow-moving cars ahead of me. So I catch up to those cars and I move over to lane 3 in the intention to overtake them. However, there is a white van in front of me anyway. So
Frameshift drive charging.
I catch up to that white van to the point where the van is stopping distance away from me. So should he slam his brakes on, I slam my brakes on and still stop effectively.
Frameshift drive charging.
The white van knows I'm there, and in front of that white van is a small little car. I can't remember So we're driving along on the outside lane at 80 miles an hour, passing the cars in lane 2, we're in lane 3. And I kid you not, this idiot comes in his little Audi TT comes speeding right up my backside. Okay, bear in mind lane 2's completely busy at the moment. My overtaking cars come speeding right up my backside, starts flashing me, trying to force me over to lane 2. Bear in mind, I can't get into lane 2 anyway because there's too many cars. So he's still flashing at me. And no, it's not a police car or anything like that. So I'm thinking to myself, you utter twat. And he's right at my backside. So I have to slow down a little bit. And plus the van in front of me slowed down a little bit as well. So, there we are. So on the outside lane. There's a car behind me. And there's a gap coming up to lane 2. And I thought, right, I could pull in there, but I'm not going to because he's being a dick. Okay.
Frameshift drive charging.
But even before I could even pull into that gap, we've obviously, you know, he's obviously seen that gap, and he's pulled into that gap now. He's in back in lane 2, and he tries to undertake me. Hang on, I would have slowed back there for stuff that, yeah, I was tempted to. I really was tempted to do. And he's kind of gone to undertake me. Okay, obviously he's not fast enough to kind of pull back out, because what's actually happened as he's gone to undertake all three of us, you know, the slow car in front of me, the white van, and myself. The slowest car at the front of this little queue has then pulled into lane 2. But this Audi's kind of shot past and almost rear-ended him. And I know what he's going to try and do. He's going to try and come back to lane 3. What do? I speed up and close the gap so he doesn't pull into my little stopping distance gap, forcing him to go behind me. So he's done all of that work for absolutely nothing. So he's gone up right up my backside again, flashing me. There he's honking me. I'm like, oh, I don't care. I really couldn't care. So I eventually put back over to lane 2 when it's safe, when there's a bit of a gap, and I do it really slowly. So I'm like, la 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 la, as in probably the slowest lane turn. It probably took me a mile to go from one lane to another. So I slowed down. And this whole time I know he's swearing at me and stuff like that. So I keep my eyes straight on the road. I kid you not. I stick my middle finger up like this. Okay, and just hold it by my window. Yeah, it's a bit nasty. I can get in trouble for it. But I just kept my eyes on the road. And as he's passed me, I know I can feel his eyes burning into me because I'm keeping my eyes straight, and I'm like this, la 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 la. Got my middle finger up, swang away. I'm just like, not rising to it as well. Oh dear, he shoots off down the road. He does. I'll see him again a little bit later. So, as I've gone down the road, he's just shot off, you know, kind of burning his fuel away. I think it was about 3 or 4 miles. He's in a lay-by. And what sits behind him? A police car. So as I'm driving past, guess what I do? Yeah. Oh, karma. I love karma. Best thing to wind him up is blow him a kiss. Yeah, it's the only difficulty is I can't be bothered. I sometimes goes, I wave to them. But yes, I mean karma, absolutely brilliant. Karma's brilliant. I mean, it happened to me once where this is, well, one of the stories I'm thinking about. I was driving down the A27 eastbound towards Shore by Sea, and yeah, Brighton City Airport, that's how you know. And I'm on the A27, and it's a 2-lane part on the A27 because there's a 3-lane path as well. And in front of us, you know, I'm on the inside lane. You got this idiot on the outside lane. Okay, but I need to turn right. So, at the set of traffic lights at the end of the road. So, I slowed down, get into lane 2. This is about half a mile to the slip lane, because all 3 lanes stop at the traffic lights. So I've got into this little kind of filter lane off to the right, eventually. But this whole time, as I'm driving down the road, you've got this another idiot. I can't remember what he was in. This was several months ago. Again, goes right up my backside. Goes back into lane 1. As I've shown him my intentions. Undertakes me. As he's undertaken me, obviously I have a look, he's actually swearing at me. The lights at that point, which are about, I don't know, 200 yards, have started to change. And by the time he gets to them, he's still travelling at quite a speed, 60 miles an hour at least. They've gone to red. I've stopped. I see him shoot through the red light. I thought nothing of it until a second later, boom, boom. He gets flashed by the red light camera. Oh, karma! Someone's got a ticket there. Oh dear. So this is on my old Twitter account. I tweeted, someone got a ticket. Must admit, I did actually look on Twitter and on Facebook if some you thought I could be sure on 100%. So so I took, basically, you threw me off of that, Norca. So basically, I turned up. Hang on. So I just sat there, just thinking. I'm looking at my Twitter and looking at my Facebook, trying to find anyone with the words, I just got a ticket, £60 fine or something like that, red light camera. I couldn't find it because I was going to wind them up about it, really couldn't. But I was driving my own car the other day, and I was actually going to Crawley, there's a shopping centre my mum absolutely loves going to, called County Mall. Bags, that's all I'm saying, she loves bags. So as I'm driving up to County Mall, I like to go the back roads. Why? Because I just prefer the driving. You see, I hate motorway driving's great, but if you've got a choice of doing this, you can go for the latter, because the back roads, the country roads, brilliant drive. It's a great little drive. All twisty turns and stuff like that, and something you can do at 60 miles an hour as well. So, but there's a point where you have to drive through a little town and the speed limit is 40. And I normally stick to it, especially during the day. If it's during the daytime, I will stick to those speed limits because you don't know if there's little people around, if there's old people around, and just idiots crossing the road. So I'm driving along, and I get to this 40 bit, and this 40 bit's got a camera, a speed camera. It's facing me though, so I'm thinking to myself, yeah, 45, that'll do fine. Middle of the day, no one's gonna be around, I'd hope. As I'm driving this past the speed camera, which is facing me on the other side of the road, guess what it does? It flashes at me, and I'm like, I'm somewhere at the DVSA. They have got a picture of me looking completely harmless, going like that, with the front facing camera. I didn't get a fine. I did not get a fine at all. Nor did I get any points or anything like that, or even a letter. I was just like, oh god. It was that kind of that waiting for 2 weeks moment, you know, where you're waiting for the speed ticket to come dropping through your door. So,
Fuel scooping complete.
yeah. My other half is terrible for speeding. She is. I mean, she was coming out of the Gatwick Tunnel, the Southwick Tunnel, which is if you come from Brighton back towards Portsmouth, you have to go through the Southwick Tunnel on the A27. She was actually going to work, and she's coming from her mother's place, so she's coming through the Southwick Tunnel, and you know, I'm at home. This is probably a Monday morning, so I'm at home playing Elite Dangerous, pardon me, doing what I normally do, just chilling out. I get a phone call, which I'm expecting a phone call today, actually, thinking about it. So I get a phone call saying, from her saying, I think I've just got a ticket. I said, what do you mean? I said, well, as I've just come out of the camera, those mobile speed cameras, you know, those vans that you get. I think I've just seen one, and I said, right, okay, how fast were you going? 77.
Fuel scooping complete.
Right. Oh well, we'll just have to see, won't we? And for for those 2 weeks, I was winding her up. I really was. I was like, yeah, you do know your insurance premiums might go up if you've got a ticket, if you've got like, you know, 6 points, 3 points in your license. She's like, shut up.
Frame shift.
Do you know how the tortoise and the hare got home? How? They sped. I was just winding her up. I'm surprised she didn't slap me. So,
4, 3, 2, 1.
Alpha Bubba, Alpha. How you doing, buddy? You got a license to stream? I've got a library card. Does that count? Oh dear. So, how you doing, Alpha Bubba? How are you doing? Are you an Elite Dangerous player? If you are, let us know. What you're flying, where you're going, and all sorts. So,
Fuel scoop disengaged.
what was I saying? Alpha Bubba threw me completely off. So, yeah, I was just winding her up for that 2 weeks, and
Frame shift drive charging.
Now, how did I end it? Oh, I ended it. I rang her once and I said, no, I've got to go on the course. And she said, what's that? Speed awareness course. I said, oh, really? She said, yeah, because you got a ticket. I'm taking the hit for you. And she said, shut up. I haven't got a ticket. But I said, yeah. I said, well, why did you go? Why are you on the course? I said, well, you know. she caught me out. She knew I was lying to her. I could have got some pity from her, you know. I could have gone, oh, I've got to go for this course. So,
Fuel scooping.
yeah. So, yeah, that was basically, you know, she,
Disengaged.
you know, lovely girl, but she likes to speed quite a lot. Not as much as me sometimes, but, you know.
Frame shift drive charging.
Right. But yeah, that was basically Friday morning, my first day back at work, and it was lovely. Just winding other drivers up. I mean, normally I'm quite a courteous driver,
3, 2,
to the point where I let people out, you know, especially if I'm in a marked vehicle. No, this one isn't. This was just a normal ordinary speed camera. It wasn't a Trevelo camera. It was one of those ones that should get you from behind. But and plus it was on the country road. Hey, Button Basher 819. How you doing, buddy? You okay? Having a lovely day, are you? Enjoying yourself? if you're an Elite Dangerous player, what do you fly? Where are you heading to right now? And if you're playing along with me, that's absolutely fine. But with Trevelo cameras, Nova, yes, there are Trevelo cameras. However, this was on a small country road in the back streets on the way up to Crawley, and it was a normal, ordinary speed camera where the speed detection lines, which are the little dashes, were on the other side of the road and not mine. So, and I did not. Yeah, been alright. Just got back onto Elite after a little break. Do you know what? I often find that you often jump back to Elite after a little break. It's great on the PS4. Oh dear, I'm joking. I'm joking. On the PS4, have you know? Oh, haven't they? Are they thinking the PS4? Yeah, this current generation of consoles, are they just starting to kind of kill them off soon? I mean, there was a PS5 in the works, I think. I mean, doesn't that sting a little bit? I mean, don't get me wrong, I love consoles just as much as my PC, but if I've got a choice between playing on the PC or playing something on the console, I'll play on my PC. You know? But yeah, PS4. Good console. Never really got along with it, and that's why I've gone for an Xbox One. But it feels like that this current console, you know, this I can't remember what I was going to say. The current console at the moment, are they killing it off early? Who knows? Who knows? But yeah. That was basically Friday. Yeah, I hope they offer to transfer if they. I hope they offer a transfer if they stop playing on the console. I don't think Frontier will stop Elite, and I completely agree with you. I completely agree that your commander status, you know, transfers over to like the PS5 if and when it gets released. However, you know, I can see your kind of trepidation when it comes to going to the next kind of upgrade on consoles, for example. So, yeah, it's kind of like. So I'm just trying to sort out this camera today. That'll do. So yeah, it's kind of like getting a console, a brand new console, and boom. Oh, we're meant to transfer to PC. Ooh. I don't think I do that. I really don't, because I don't know. When you sign on to like, do you sign on to what do you call it? When you launch your PlayStation 4 Game of Elite, do you have to have an account with Frontier Developments? Because when we on the PC, when we press obviously start game on Steam, if you are on Steam, it comes up with a screen saying Elite Dangerous Horizons, Elite Dangerous, or Elite Dangerous VR, or the multiplayer, the PvP, and we hit play. But you've also got to log in with your Frontier Development account beforehand. Do you have that on the PlayStation 4, or do you just kind of you stick the disc in, or you press go on the download and just go with it, and you're straight into it, you know, log in.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, I'm burning my ass again. So, as you lovely people know, why is that on Do Not Disturb? Now, just click the app as download it and game launch away. It might be the case you can't probably transfer, but I wouldn't kind of pull it past them. But always, you know, when you do transfer over to the dark side, the master race, always double check. Seriously, always kind of raise a ticket and ask them, because they might be able to do some fandangled things or give you so much money or something like that. I don't know. I can't guarantee on that one. Or you can just tweet them at Frontier Developments. So yeah. But this is why with a game like this I wouldn't play it on the console as much, because you know, by the time the console is dying or is passing over, you know, you lose all your save. This is why I love playing on the PC, because at least then, you know, it's out on the PC, I can upgrade my PC and it's always going to be there. But if it's not, you know, I'm in regular contact with the devs. Good. That's always a good thing. I had one of the community managers from the Frontier Developments come to one of my streams once, which is absolutely brilliant. And you know, Cake of, I can't remember her name. I've followed her on Twitter, but yeah, lovely woman. So one of the social managers, that was it. So anyway. But yeah, Frontier Developments, you know, one of my favourite companies. They're becoming one of my favourite companies because they are so kind of switched on with their own kind of cup of cats. That's it. Thank you, Norca. Norca remembers. I'm terrible at names. Frontier Developments are very in touch with their fans, you could say. So this is brilliant. This is why I love them. I really do. Okay. So, in my last job, I worked in it was in the medical field essentially, but I worked in the security department for a big holiday resort in Bognor. I'm not going to say their name. I can give you a clue what they was. It was like high and normally these competitions and all that lot, you know, you can probably guess from those little two things. They don't do that. They've never done that since when I was there, but I was there for quite a number of years. Now, during the winter, especially in January, they have a period where they're closed. They're closed to all holiday makers and such. And this resort, I mean, the security department in the resort, obviously was the only department that kind of operated still at full capacity. All other departments, unless there was a conference going on where kind of they had the hours sliced and just minimised and all sorts. So, oh, pardon me. So I kind of feel sorry for the people who worked on the site but were still there during the winter, because you know they'd have to budget for that winter, and I wouldn't be able to do it. But yeah, this one night I was with what was his name? Will, that's it. Now Will was he was one of the operations managers, one of the duty managers, one of the people in charge, and I was just a humble mobile call somewhere we used to patrol on for some lovely resort. And there was a place on this site called Starfish Key, which was staff accommodations. And at the back of Starfish Key, which doesn't exist anymore, it was a shame to drive past it the other day. And the back of these accommodations was a little yard, and this yard was called the tech yard. And the technicians from the tech department, you know, they would look after the site, so build stuff if they need to. They anything that they didn't use, they'd put in there, this yard, ready to be disposed of. And I remember, what was it? We got a phone call once. Well, my control room took the phone call, but the radio message came across is, could you head to Starfish Key, mobile one, and they said to be a stray dog. And I had to ask control to repeat it again. Yeah, it's a stray dog. Alright, I'll take a wander up there, see what's going on. And then control came across. Yeah, a little bit of update for you, Greg. The stray dog is in the yard at the back of Starfish Key. And TO4, which was Will's call sign. So TO4 do receive. So TO4 said, yeah, I'll take one up there as well. In his very strong accent. Ugh, I'll take a one up there myself. So we get up there. And
Complete.
now I know a fair bit about dogs. I'll grow up with dogs. And you can tell this dog was scared, but we didn't know if this dog was going to be vicious at all. So I pass, you know, as we get there, I go over to the fire extinguisher and the little pot where you got water, CO2, and power, you know, those kind of fire extinguishers. And I pick up the CO2 extinguisher, which is the one that, in case you don't know what CO2 one is, it's the one with the nozzle on it, and it sprays a gas, and it's very loud. It goes like that. So I pass it to Will. Okay, I said, look, Will, if the dog ever goes for you, just use that. All right. We managed to corner this dog inside a box, this metal box. And we know he's there. So I say, what, Will? Here's the with the CO2 extinguisher. If the dog comes out, what I want you to use, what I would want to do. Foul, lol. I just went into the sun fixing the cup of tea. Oh no! Foul, and I just went into the sun, reading your comment about going into the sun because you may just have a cup of tea. Now I'm stuck here, waiting for FSD to cool down. Oh God! Cheers, button basher. Cheers. Anyway, so whilst the FSD is cooling down, so I said to Will, when you see the dog, use the extinguisher on him. Okay, he says, okay, no problem. Quick, this needs to be clipped. Okay, what needs to be clipped? Oh, great. Oh, I know what needs to be clipped. Thanks. So, oh, Christ. So,
Frameshift drive charging.
as I'm, what do you call it? So I go around to the other side of this metal box where this dog's in.
3, 2,
Okay, and this box is about, it's not a small box, it's quite a large box. It's about half the size of a shipping container. I mean,
warning, hull breach.
height weighs more than a
Taking
quarter.
internal damage.
So I go around to the back of this box. I'm thinking, right, okay. So I'm just replotting my route.
Frameshift drive
So, yeah.
charging.
And I look at him and go, give him the nod. And he goes, yeah, right. And I go, bang, 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 on the back of the shipping, this little container.
3, 2,
I can hear the dog's kind of, his claws running out the box. Next thing I hear was not what I thought I would hear. I heard dong. And I look at Will. Will looks at me and said, what happened? I said, I used the extinguisher. What he's done, he's actually swung for the dog and hit the dog with the fire extinguisher, which is kind of... I said to him, Will, you're not meant to do it that way. You're meant to spray him with the extinguisher. So it shocks him. And so we can catch him. And I said, don't worry. I've got the doggy now. Yeah, I think that dog's got a bit of a headache now. The dog was absolutely fine. But the fact is, with a 6'9" bloke, that's how tall he was. He was a big bloke, wasn't Bill, like this. Yeah, swung a CO2, a full one as well, CO2 extinguisher at a dog. Didn't think he did it full pelt, but hard enough so the dog yelps. Ah, God, I feel sorry for that dog. I really do. But we got it. We got the dog, and we got him to the dog shelter as such. So yeah, he was reunited with his owners, I hope. Anyway, I like to think. But my God, out of all the things in the world, I wasn't expecting the dog to go like that. So.
Frameshift drive charging.
But what a dog, you know, what a guy. I mean, I got along with Will quite well. He would have, Will carried a Maglite,
4, 3, 2,
and we called him Mr. Maglite. His thoughts, not Will. Now, he was one of those managers who wouldn't pull you in for a meeting, discipline you like other managers would. You know, it was a headache though. He was one of those who would, if you mess up, and you know you messed up, he'd leave it there. And I remember working in the control room once, and this is when I had a broken ankle. And yeah, paintball accident. That's all I'm saying. So I'm running out of fuel here. Yeah. Right, that's scoopable stuff. That's fine. So yeah, so I'm working in control room. I've got a broken ankle, right, and I've really messed something up. I mean, I don't know what I've messed up, but I can't remember back then. But I really messed something up. I think it was over down the radio, or something like that. And well, this is going back where the old control was at the main gate. Anyway, so you know, later that night, Will comes walking up, and I'm in the control room, just working hard on the phone, and he's got my attention. He says, "Look at the screen, look at the screen." And I'm looking at the screen, so what am I looking for? What am I looking for? And he gets his bag light and just whacks the back of my head. Says, "You fucked up. You really fucked up."
fuel scooping,
And I'm like, "Oh shit." It gave me a bit of a headache for the rest of the shift, but you know, I'd rather that than you know, a company drag out a disciplinary process. Oh dear. But nah, you know, capital punishment. Who needs it? Nah, but I got, you know, it's one of those things really. Speaking of which, when I worked at this lovely holiday resort, obviously I was the medic there, and I remember getting called to a lovely woman who was, I mean, I've always kind of seen her throughout that week that she was there, but she was staying for 2 weeks, and she'd always pop into my office just to kind of get her observations done and all sorts. I've just got a notification. I want to hear something funny. No, I'm not blast Google for a joke.
fuel scooping complete.
So she'd come in, get a blood test done, blood pressure done, and all sorts. You know, just to make sure that, you know, because what we're looking for was,
Frameshift drive
I can't
charging.
remember what we're looking for. Preeclampsia, that's it. The onset of preeclampsia, because she was prone to it apparently. Last kid, she had preeclampsia. So, you know, she comes in,
3,
do her blood pressure, she leaves again. No problem. Well, she was very heavily pregnant, and it was around Christmas, so I stayed on resort. At Christmas time, I would stay on resort, just to kind of that extra support, because everyone knows that, you know, this you know, Christmas time, people will often, you know, the ambulance service, for example, was incredibly busy, and it's taken a long time to get to that resort. And you know, what's better than having a medic on call for the 48 hours over Christmas, which is what I did, and I was happy to do it, be on call, and I wouldn't ask for money to be called out. I mean, I was that kind of person that I would go out on my own thing just in case someone needed it. So, 2 o'clock in the morning, I get a phone call. And it's my colleague, and he says to me, I kind of need you down by this accommodation. I can't remember what it was. I need you down here. PDQ, pretty damn quick. So I said, yeah, sure, I'm on my way. Luckily, I was allowed to have my car right next to the hotel. Right next to the hotel. I was staying in on resort. So I jumped in my car, drove down to this accommodation, and before I even get out of the car, I can hear screaming. So I'm thinking, right, someone's been hurt here. So I've got the Antonox, I've got my drugs bag, I've got my trauma kit, I've got everything out the car, and I jumped straight into the accommodation, and I see this woman with her legs, you know, her legs apart,
Fuel scooping.
and you know, she's, you know, completely naked from the waist down.
Fuel
And it's the
scooping
same woman who
disengaged.
I've been checking her blood pressure with. And you can easily see that the baby started crowning. And I'm like, oh, great. Alright then. So on goes the
Frameshift drive
gloves.
starting.
Okay. And I give her, you know, give her the Entonox straight away. I can't use any other, you can't use any other drugs apart from Entonox. And obviously, you know, she's fully dilated, she's ready to push the right lock. So yeah. With Charbo, to stop as much damage happening, it's to stop the risk from the baby being injured or mum being too injured. You have to kind of guide the baby out, but you have to kind of slowly guide the baby out to the point where you have to put pressure on that baby's head. So there's
Fuel
me.
scooping.
Bear in mind, this is an accommodation with my back's against the door, back's towards facing the door. My hands are literally in this woman's legs, and I'm sat there, mostly plain clothed
Fuel
here.
scoop disengaged.
But you know, obviously my vehicle outside, I haven't bothered to put my high vis jacket on or anything like that. 'Cause it's, you know, it's a really, it was literally out the car straight into the accommodation. So I've got my hands
Frameshift
inside this kind
drive
of
charging.
against this woman's a vagina, and obviously leading the baby out. My colleagues had to shoot off and deal with something else because he works in the security department. So I'm there completely by myself in between this woman's legs. And what we've had, you know, we've got an ambulance on its way to take her to hospital just to be on the safe side. So next thing I hear is someone walking into the room, and I thought it was one of my other colleagues.
Fuel scooping.
And I hear, what the hell is going on? It's her husband. And he says, who the hell are you? And what are you doing with my wife?
Fuel scooping.
I said, oh. I just felt, I could just feel the eyes burning in the back of my head. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, he's probably gonna hit me with something in a minute if I don't explain myself. And I said, look,
Frameshift drive.
you're about to be a dad today. Oh, I'll be right back actually. Give me 2 seconds.
Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okie dokies, I'm heading back now. Give me a second. It's just phone calls, eh? Right, okay, I am back and I've made it to a place. I mean, I don't know. I'm at Thor's Eye, wherever Thor's Eye is. Spent this whole time hard drive, but it's a different colour bright sun, isn't it? I know this whole place is. Actually, let's have a look. Galaxy map. Just a map. Oh! That's probably why it's called Thor's Eye. Let's have a look at this black hole. Oh, would you look at that? It's a black hole. It's black. That's not being racist or anything like that. It's just. I do want to have a look at that other system actually. Because. That looks pretty cool. Maximus Globus found this. So. That's where it is over there. But we might as well have a decent look at this. Lovely black hole. Now where was I? What was I talking? So yeah, so with that bloke who walks in, I'll just explain who I am eventually. And little baby girl was born. And yeah, you know, I didn't name it after me, which is a shame, you know. But yeah, I didn't see him much after that day. I don't know why. They did visit me right at the end of their holiday, just to say thank you. And I saw this little 1 week old, you know, couple of day old little baby in that little buggy, and I was like, oh, look at you. But yes, unfortunately with childbirth, it is messy. Very messy. To the point, when I got home, I'd shower 2 or 3 times to make sure there was no more claret and just stuff just everywhere. I had to throw my own clothes away. I did. I was just like, yeah. Oh dear. But yeah, it was quite a simple birth that was, and it was quite, you know, first baby I've ever, you know, birthed. But hey, you know, luckily went smoothly. But I had everything just in case. So. But yeah, I think they even had to throw the radio away. Cause obviously I had one of the work radios, and because that got covered in everything, I think they had to throw that away as well because it just couldn't be cleaned. It was just covered. So yeah. Yeah, it was. It gave you. It gives you a kind of a perspective that when you're dealing with such a thing, when you look at a baby, you often don't think like in 18 years that baby's gonna, you know, think is gonna be a normal human being walking around. You don't think of that. What you think of is, oh, look at the cute little baby. You don't realise that that baby could turn out to be a little monster when they're older. But yeah, it's one of my most kind of favorite things to go back to when I used to think about my last job. So, ah dear. Hey look, guys! If you look on the screen now, it's a black hole that I'm about to fly past. Apparently. Look at that purple star one we just flew by. I wonder, can we actually fly into the black? Oh no, hang on, it's like a sun, isn't it? It will just cook you. There we go. Now we're scanning it. The only reason I came here is just to scan it. Thor's Eye. I do want to have a look at our other planet since we're here. It did look quite pretty. But hey ho. Okay. Oh, we're back. Right. I mean, look at that star. Look at it. It just looks awesome. Bright purple. So. But yeah, as I stayed at, as I worked at that holiday resort, like I did, we had to, I had to kind of also help with the security side of things because obviously medical and security were all one big department. And when there was evictions, 'cause you'll be surprised how many evictions happen on the holiday resort. This is due to a number of things, overnight, for example, if someone became violent or anything like that, or someone was arrested, or it goes on long, it goes on so many subjects. Now, I remember coming to work one day, and it was the operations manager, Gavin. Really good bloke, actually. I got along with Gav. No one else did, but me, apparently. And he said, we've got an eviction to do this morning. I thought, oh, brilliant, some action. It's just interesting. Now, this was due to a woman who became very drunk, apparently, and became physically violent. So we knew we were dealing with a violent person. I thought, brilliant, this is going to be fun, you see. And Gavin's one of those guys who, he's proper operations manager, kind of thing. It's very proper, prim and proper. So myself, Mobile 1, so I was Medic 1, Mobile 1 went up there as well with Gavin and myself and the duty manager. And there's 4 of us. 2 of us on the outside, 2 of us on the inside knocking on the door. Now I was with Gavin on the inside because the mobile wasn't trained to deal with a violent situation, didn't have any restraint training or any handcuff training or anything like that, so it fell to me, Gav. And the duty manager was outside as well, just as a bit of support. And obviously knocks on the door. He asks for this person. They aren't, and they said, yeah, that's me. So obviously Gavin and I, we didn't deal with the person the night before, and neither did anyone on shift. However, we've got reports and such. So we get, Gavin explains to this lovely woman, because I would say lovely, she was very polite at this time in the morning. It's about 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock in the morning. She's very polite, and he explains to her that, unfortunately due to last night's events, that you've got 1 hour to pack up your stuff and leave. Just make yourself known at the gates, because we don't like, they didn't like to kind of march people off, fog march people off. So it was like, right, pack your stuff up and go. That's it. Make yourself aware of the game. Done. Give them an hour, which is plenty of time because obviously you're only there for a few days. So, and that's what they can do. They can give you just an hour. So this woman then starts turning nasty at Gavin. She says, yeah, you can F off and all that lot. And Gav said, no worries, we'll be back in about an hour and a half. Okay. Hour and a half goes by. Obviously I've been off dealing with other stuff. I mean, look at that planet. Let's fly into those rings, shall we? So, I love asteroid rings. I really do. I love flying into rings. So, we go up there nearly 2 hours later, and she's still there, and she's got her sons with her. Now, her sons are quite big compared to me. I'm only 5'9" here. You see, Gav's only, just 6 foot. And they're proper Londoners, to the point they'll say, they're from London, bruv. London. It says that you're from Croydon. Yeah, London Massive. They're not black, they're white as well. To put that out. So, I'm gonna just take a little drop into here. So, yeah, we, and so she would refuse to do anything. She would refuse to.
Hull integrity compromised.
Yeah, that's what we won. So she would refuse to leave. And, you know, under Section 3 of the Use of Force Act, we can make her leave. We can remove her from the resort, which is allowed to do so, apparently. And bear in mind, this is about 10 o'clock now, half 10. So you got day visitors. I mean, you got our accommodation and you got day visitors, and the day visitors are flooding in because it's one of those charity weekends. So the tickets are cheap. You can go in at a cheap rate. And one thing leads to another, and we end up having to kind of restrain this woman and drag her off resort. As in, we had to drag her from the top floor of these accommodations down the stairs, and then literally drag her off resort whilst restraining her as well. As we're walking her off under restraint, you know, like what was it? I can't remember what restraint I was using. It was such a long time ago. It must have been like a wing, half wing or something like that. You had all, you know, like about 300 or 400 day visitors coming in, you know, at that point as we're walking this woman off. So our sons are back upstairs. The sons are over 18, but they don't want to get involved. So, you know, they're packing the stuff up now. Oh, Mum's been thrown off resort, we're going to pack the stuff up. Anyway, so there's me and Gav dragging this woman off resort. There's my duty manager and the mobile with the lads upstairs. Make sure they're packing, make sure they're not kicking off. So, yeah, it was just like one of those moments that you just couldn't recreate. And, oh my god, I wonder what those people that were walking on resort would have thought. We're seeing us dragging this woman off resort. Oh dear. Yeah, that was part of another part of my job that I had to kind of help the security department with. How cool does that look? Take a screenshot of that, high definition screenshot of that. Awesome. Right. Let's get up and get out of here. But yeah, it was just amazing. It wasn't amazing, it was just one of those carry on moments. And by the time, you know, we got her off resort, that wasn't a problem. Okay, and her sons joined her not too long after that. Now, she didn't drive, she didn't have a car or anything like that, she didn't need to drive. And it was one of those kind of moments where you're thinking, right, we've got to stay at the gate with my colleagues. My colleague was there on the gate as well, and he was checking tickets on the way in and whatnot. So we, you know, had to stay there. We ended up having to call the. No, we didn't bother calling the police because she was off resort, which was not 100%. She calls the police on 999, and you know, the police turn up. They speak to her, then they come over and speak to us, and we explain why we've had to remove her from the resort. And because we wore body cameras as well, she claimed that we were punching her and all sorts. Because we wore body cameras and a CCTV camera right above where we were going, and we always kind of maintain that CCTV on us. It was like, yeah, she's just plagiarising it, and we gave the police the copy of the CCTV anyway. Our next position we're going to head to is Herschel's 36. Now, I have no idea what's in Herschel 36, but it's not too far away where we're going. And then we're going to head over to Lagoon Sector. Now, I believe Lagoon Sector's got a space station. So, you know, she's made this complaint. And we just get on with our day. And the police take a copy of CCTV, and that's the last we heard of it. Until later that year when she tries to make her holiday, and yeah, she was completely denied. She went, you know, on Twitter to her and all that. And I'm just sat there reading the tweet and like, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Just complaining about not going on holiday because she was kicked off resort. But yeah, I mean, I don't like to kick people off. I don't like to use restraints or anything like that. I'm not a big kind of, you know, touching other people. Ugh. Personally, I think diplomacy's always been the best way, and it works. Diplomacy always works if you're polite to them. Sometimes, you know, sometimes it doesn't work. And, you know, sometimes you may have to use force, but always stay within the lines of the law. But yeah, it was just one of those things. Now, when I worked at that holiday resort, I was in touch with my family, and I had an older brother called Simon. And what we would do, you know, at the end, you know, late evening, I'd get a text message one say saying Tesco's. That was it, just Tesco's. So we'd drive over. Yeah, he would drive. This is before I could drive. He would drive over to Tesco's, and you know, we'd get some bits and pieces for the night or some stupid stuff. Or we'd go to Mackie D's actually, because it's in this place you had Tesco's, Mackie D's, Marks and Spencer's in this one place. So, you know, we drove over to Tesco's. It was quite late at night though, so Mackie D's wasn't open. It was about 11 o'clock p.m. 11 o'clock to midnight around this. So instead of, you know, going late afternoon, early evening, as we used to, we went quite late. And we were just chilling out, you know, trolley, throwing stuff into the trolley, you know, as usual. We went to the DVD section, and everyone knows, all Tesco's nearly set out the same. I mean, you walk in there, and straight in front of you, you'll have all, you know, card section. Right in the very back corner, right hand corner, it's got to be the DVDs, the electronics, and everything like that. It's brilliant. I love going to Tesco's for that, because everywhere is set out the same. Apart from the Tesco's that are near me, because they are just crap. Anyway, so we get to Tesco's, we're doing the shopping, and oh, that's some bright stuff. And we can tell that just near us, just not too far, you know, next hour along, I'm guessing. There was two blokes, and they were chatting away to each other. And they sound like big burly blokes, you know. They were going, yeah, we're gonna watch this movie tonight, you know. Yeah, sure, no problem, buddy, no problem. And then we were like, okay, fine, whatever, you know. We could hear them, couldn't see them, because we're on the other side of this arm. And we leave the aisle that we were in, because someone's picked up his DVD that he wanted. No, there was a game. Because they were the DVDs were at the games, you know, Xbox. That's how back it goes, Xbox 360 games. And when they sold them. So, yeah, you know, we would leave the aisle, and these two blokes, big burly blokes, big beards, came out into the centre aisle as well. This is where it got a little bit strange, because as they got out of the centre aisle, I kid you not, they were wearing ladies' nighties. They look like bikers and everything, you know, tattoos on the arms, and one of them a tattoo on the face. But they had these big beards as well, but they were wearing ladies' nighties, ladies' night dresses, as in, I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, if they want to cross-dress, that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. But they're fooling nobody with their big beard, the big beer belly, and going, yeah, mate, sure, not a problem. I was like, we just looked at we just looked at each other and thought, okay, that's just strange. Oh dear. Right. So last night I was at work. I actually turned up early for work. And And because I turn up early for work, you know, I thought, right, okay, not a problem, cool. I need to pop into the office, I'll get my colleague's kit ready for him, okay, and get his van keys, get his equipment ready so he can just come in and go. Not a problem, no problem at all. However, things didn't add up, did it? So I went to the office, went to the loo, and from there went upstairs, got all his equipment out. Now we got these torches. Now they're rechargeable torches, so I took them off the charger because we wear combat trousers. I put it in my back pocket on my combats. So didn't think much of it, and I picked up my torch and put it in my bag. I've got his work keys, he's got his van keys, got everything all ready for him. Okay, bring him down to the vehicles. Joined my colleague who already had all my stuff, well, most of my stuff anyway. And I thought, right, okay, cool. So I opened up my colleague's van, put his stuff inside, shut it again, and locked it. The colleague who I was taking over from said, right, cool, yeah, I'm gonna go and just block off. Fine, not a problem. So he goes away. I'm there, just like, okay, sure. So Henry turns up. This is my other colleague, who I've got the keys for. He turns up and he's like, yeah, right, how are you? You know, all nice and nice. And he says, right, I've got to pop to the office and get all my stuff. I said, look, I've got everything for you. It's in the van. There's your key. Oh, cheers, Greg. Awesome. Thanks. Save me a little trip. So yeah, cool. You know, we have a little natter as we do. And I said, I'm gonna go refuel and then I'm gonna head up, head into Brighton. So that's where I was there for the night. I was in that area tonight, last night. So drove, you know, as I'm driving away from work and heading towards Brian and Lewis, I get about 20 minutes down the road, and my phone goes off, and it's my colleague on his work phone. It's says to me, did you get me a torch out, Greg? And I said, yeah, it's in the bag. Are you sure? Yes, 100% sure, because I put it in the bag. Well, I can't find it. I said, oh, it must be somewhere in there, because I remember distinctively putting it in the bag. Have you checked the side pockets? Yeah, I've checked all the pockets. There is no torch in the bag. And I said, oh. I've definitely put it in the bag. I said, yeah, I'll go upstairs and check the office, make sure you're not left in the office. So he goes upstairs, he hangs up, he goes upstairs, checks the office, rings me back. I said, no, it's not in the office. And I said, well, I definitely know I put it in the bag. I'm 100%. It must be somewhere around. It's either in the bag or somewhere. Alright, okay, so he hangs up. He rings my boss and asks if he got it, and he says, no. So he rings me back and says, no, I really can't find the bag. I said, well, have you checked the van? He says, yeah, I've checked the van, I can't find it. I said, well, I'm absolutely adamant that I picked it up because I unplugged it and put it in the bag. And he says, how many torches you got on you? I've only got my torch on me. So I've got a pouch where my torch goes in. You know, I've got a holster, you could say. And he goes, are you 100% sure? I said, yes. Check your glove box. So I opened the glove box. Nope, not in there. I pulled over, checked my bag. Nope, there's no other torches in there. He goes, do you think you've dropped it in the road? I said, look, Henry, I would have heard if I dropped it because it would make a big metallic clonk when it hit the ground. So no. And he says, oh, I'm going to have to use one of the big torches then. I said, yeah, use one of the big torches, no problem. He says, this is really annoying. He's got up 4 or 5 times to the office trying to find this torch. So yeah, I'm like, maybe next time I won't get his stuff. So, you know, he rings me back and says, look, I don't know where this torch has gone, okay? And he says, yeah, you know, I've texted the boss, I've asked him, but he doesn't know where it is either. So, well, how's your 36 now? What is here? So, yeah, we basically get there, you know. I get to where I need to get going, and I jump out the work vehicle, go and start my patrol. Not a problem, sure. Yeah, I'll crack on with it. And then I feel something fun in my back pocket. Can you guess what it is? It's the other torch. So I've got two torches on me. My torch, his torch as well. So I'm like, yeah. So I ring him up. And I said to him, Henry. He goes, yeah. Do you know that, you're my favourite person in the world? He goes, no, but thanks for letting me know. And I said, yeah. I may... I'm one of these people that you absolutely love and adore, aren't you, Henry? And that's, if I ever do anything wrong, you'll come, you'd help me out. And he says, yeah, sure, yeah. I may or may not found the other torch. It says, you what? It was in my back pocket that all along. It says, you motherfucker. And he says, I've got a torch now. I said, have you got the other torches that you picked up? I said, yeah, but they're shit. But, Oh dear, so throughout the whole night, all I heard from Henry was, this would have been great. I would have been able to see absolutely everything if I had a better torch with me. That would be a bright idea, wouldn't it? Yeah. Well, I got to there, but I'll just get to Lagoon sector. It's only one jump. So yeah, it's just like, oh, great. So when I got back to the office with him this morning, because we started at the same time, we finish at the same time, so we always get back to the office a little bit early anyway, and we just sat around for half an hour. So we sat around, and he knows I've got his torch, and he complained all night long. So when he was looking through my torch, the spare torch I had on me, because I tweeted a picture of it on Twitter, if you want to follow me on Twitter. I threw the torch. When you found it in your pocket, was it a light bulb moment? You could say it was a bit of a light bulb moment. It was a bit of a relief as well. So let's go to Attenborough's watch. This should be interesting. Light bulb moment. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, it'll be a bright idea not to do it again. So. Yeah, it was just like, oh god. Norky, you're terrible. So, yeah, when we got back to the office, and he went to the loo, that was it. He went to the loo. I put that torch in his bag. And I said, was sat there on my phone, acting nonchalant, texting away. I can't remember what I was doing. I was probably looking at YouTube, no doubt, actually. Videos of Elite Dangerous or something like that. He comes out the toilet and he sits down. It's got two sofas, really nice sofas. It's a really big rec room as well. We sat down and I look at him and look at his bag. And says, Henry, and he says, what? You've had a torch all this whole time. He looks at the torch, looks at me, and says, you motherfucker. Oh dear. And he's like, yeah, no, just no, okay. Fed up with you. So yeah, it was just, that's the torches, and that's how I ended up with two torches last night. I really did. I've got so many little stories regarding my colleagues. I really do. Oh, speaking of which, actually, something just popped into my head. When I was, I think I was 16, 17 at the time. I remember I was in Worthing, and I was walking to, oh god, what was I doing? I was meeting my ex-girlfriend, well, my girlfriend back then. So, I was walking through Worthing. I wasn't walking through Worthing, it was kind of on the outskirts of Worthing. So, you have the station up there, you're Worthing Town Centre, quite, about a mile away, so it took you about 20 minutes. And you would walk by this main road the whole way. And by the time you get, and in front of me, I'm talking about 5 or 6 steps in front of me, there was a woman who was talking to us. She was clearly, insane. So, walking behind this woman, trying not to act like a... What is it with walking behind women? You feel like you're acting like A, a stalker, or B, a rapist, or C, a murderer. So I'm walking quite a far distance away from this woman. This woman's clearly talking to herself.
I have you now.
Alright. No, I don't know why I'm... No, I've just realised. I don't have weapons, do I? try and get out of this. So, oh, you don't. I was about to throttle to 0 and then just blow him up. As I'm used to flying my things, but I just realised. Just realised I don't have much. I don't have any weapons. I've got no shield, so I would have been blown out of the sky. So, yeah. Anyway, so I walked behind this woman, talking to herself, and she starts shouting at herself. So, and no word of a lie, this next moment scared me. Okay, bear in mind I'm only 16, maybe 17 at the time. This woman pulls down her. She completely pulls down her trousers, including her underwear, lifts up her top so everything is hanging out, and screams, "Look! Look! I've got nothing!" It does a twirl, and I'm like, oh my god, I've just been, oh god, why? So I walk past her very briskly, I'm like, oh god. Oh, I never want to see that again. But, even, I don't know if I don't know what she was, if she was meant to do it for me, if she was meant to flash me, but, oh god. Out of all the things, you know, would happen. This is in the middle of the day as well. And I'm like, oh god. This is about, oh, just thinking about it, it's about 16 years ago, so, you know, if that woman's still alive, don't know, I really just like, yeah, just, yeah. Ugh. That also reminds me of when I worked at Butlins again. There was a woman there, right, this is when I was just starting, and, one of my colleagues said, "Oh yeah, you got a woman waiting in your office." I said, "Yeah, sure, not a problem." So, go to my office, and it is, it's not a woman, you know. I bring her into my office. So, can I help you with anything, my dear? Bear in mind, you know, for the person who's probably just awesome. This actually looks really quite cool. You know, bear in mind I'm the medic here, and she says, "Yeah, I've got this really bad pain in my stomach," and she lifts up her top, and she was quite a large woman, and there are kind of rolls upon rolls here, and I kid you not, she separates these rolls, and this stench. The fact is that she's obviously tried to clean, but she hasn't dried it for so long, and it's just started to kind of like, ugh. Oh! I forgot I've got an auto docker on this because I'm cheating. I didn't realise I got an auto dock. Oh, I know why I got an auto dock, because I've got no shields, nothing, and I don't want to blow up, and I'm waiting in the queue. So yeah, this is just like the rolls and the stench from it. And my colleagues knew what the problem was, but they just were winding me up. They were just winding me up about it the whole day. It was like, yep. Let me just get you your GP. There you go. There's a blue form. Take it to the GP at the health centre, and they'll do help you. But it was just putrid. That kind of putrid kind of smell. Rotting flesh. Ugh. Yes, it was just one of those interesting jobs that I've had in my life. Wow, I didn't realise I'd find a space station out of here. However, we can see if we have discovered any new places. Because remember in our last stream, we discovered some. We didn't discover any new places, but we apparently found some new places. So, do I have any? I do have a combat bomb, but it doesn't include this one. Right. Okay. Universal Cartographies. That's not bad. 1 million there for that page.
message.
This is... I can't believe I was about to... You know, that interdiction there. Oh! Look at that! Look, I am so taking a picture of that. I am so taking a picture of that, definitely. I can take a screenshot, but if I take an actual picture of it, it means I can send it to a colleague of mine who plays this on the Xbox. Ding! And that just looks awesome. That really does. I mean, I'm dead proud of that. Dead proud of that. It's only one thing I found, but you know. I'm gonna send that to a colleague of mine.
Incoming message.
My name is permanently now on. Oh, was another one. I knew I found one, but I didn't realise I found two. My name is permanently in this game now, isn't it? With that, I'm gonna have to look at those planets. I'm gonna have to look at them. Oh, pardon me. I'm dead happy with that. Dead happy with that. My name is now permanently in this game. I don't know why I squeaked. I really don't. It's not bad. A cool 4 million from just selling data. There we go. There we go. Right, so if I remember rightly, let's go to navigation, galaxy map. Now, if I bring up that picture, which one is it? Let's have a search. Let's have a look at blue. Oh, a blue. EUQ MM-1 B24 that a Q or dash O? Oh. Maybe not. Ah. There's quite a few of them actually. I was not one into I dash I. A what? What? I can't see it. That's a shame. Oh wait, hang on. That's probably why, because I didn't go to that one. Hang on. B24 dash O. Unless B24 is the actual planet. Here we go. Here we go. How cool is that? Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. I've travelled quite a distance, really, haven't I? Oh, yeah. In case any of you are wondering, I discovered that first. Oh, I'm dead happy with that. Dead happy. Oh, dear. Right. It's got to be a short stream today because I am absolutely exhausted and I've got stuff to do before I see Mike today. However, tomorrow's going to be a longer stream. Put a bookmark and take a screenshot. That is an idea, Moti. That is an idea. I've taken a screenshot. I haven't bookmarked it. I'm going to type it all in again. Oh dear. Now, blue. EUQ. MM-I. B24-O. What have I done wrong this time? B24. Yeah, that's it. Bookmarked. Blah, blah, blah. I know. I have taken screenshots. But the reason I've taken it on my phone is so I can send it to my colleague now, and I've just done that. So I discovered this place. Smiley face. Saving. I discovered this place. Smiley face. And there's the other one. Shall I do the other one? I won't do it now. But what I'm going to do now is, I know it's been a short stream. It's only been an hour and 44 minutes. Is I'm going to end it because I've got to do a little bit of housework before I go out and play. And, yeah. So guys, I'll be on tomorrow for a longer time, much longer than I have been on today. The reason being because A, I woke up late, did see me. B, tomorrow I'll be more kind of chatty because I'm actually really tired and I might have a little nap. So I will catch you guys tomorrow. Remember, add me on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, even in game if you want to add me. So we'll catch you guys later. Take care.